Good afternoon. My prayers go out first and foremost to the people that have passed away from these plane incidents just disappearing. What I wanted to talk about was theoretically, based on physics and facts, could it be possible to use a different kind of warfare tactic to hijack planes without being noticed? The answer is yes. Disturbingly, let's say you take a country like Pakistan, who have a lot of call centers. They've got their own satellites in India, and they take up a lot of jobs in aviation and different departments everywhere else. Let's say they used the same frequencies that are used in call centers every day when people are put on hold all at once to scramble phones. Could that result in basically the phones having high static electricity effect around the plane and not letting the calls go through to the ground, while destabilizing the barometer on the plane and naturally letting the plane know where its location is in the sky from being on a ground-based satellites? The answer is yes. Multiple people get put on hold every day, and you might hear staticky sound in the background, but the call won't get through. Calls go through switchboards created by operators who are customer service people. Now, also, it would take a country having their own satellite, which Pakistan does, for instance, and the same descendants from that country being in other places in the same type of jobs abroad, but having the capabilities to deal with communications relaying from the ground to aviational planes. They could basically, definitely by theory, make sure that the plane's information isn't relayed properly from the ground to the sky from within the companies they're in. And planes could be going down and it would be experienced, but there would be no calls on these planes before they go down. The calls would mysteriously not show up. Just like a plane would disappear in a triangle, and it would actually show up because of the frequency bandwidths being so high on the ground centered around the plane. It would show up as on the plane equipment as a static electricity anomaly in the sky. This is perfectly physically possible, and it's dangerous simply because whole regions could be turned against each other and fight each other, and they could literally be, all arguing, like, who done this, and blaming each other, while the culprits could be employed right under their noses and carrying out initiatives to make them argue, destabilize their regions, and gain more of their singular goal objectives. This could definitely be possible. Factually, it could be possible because it could be done. But has it been done? Who knows? There's a lot of stories where planes going missing in certain areas where these mysterious triangulated geostatic electric storms happen, but that could be caused by pinpointing satellites. And the way that you could prevent that is monitoring aviation team groups more carefully internationally, but also the satellites that are used by certain countries that they own their own satellites, like Pakistan and India, for instance. When they use their satellites, they still have to use chips from other countries, so the calls in their satellites would still show up. And any of these incidents would coincide simultaneously in a triangle effect, because the plane would not be getting information relayed properly, and that would show up as an anomaly even if the calls weren't going through and getting through to the ground. But phone operation chips in certain groups will go up internationally and nationally in the countries in origin. So it definitely could be possible, in theory.